Hi, Mad Family. Today we've got a special guest who's been to all over the world, really, during his performing career with Liquid Deep. You can only guess who it is. We're basically going to be asking him a couple of questions of how the music industry was and what has happened since Liquid Deep. His name is Thabo Rayzor Shokgolo. And without further ado, I want to introduce Thabo to our studio. Welcome to our studio.
Thank you, bro.
So this is a Mad Series episode 1. So can you maybe just tell us how the whole music industry started? How did you get into it? How did you get into DJing?
I got interested in DJing, in music, firstly when I was still growing up in Limpopo. Came to Joburg, stayed in Alex, where my folks are still staying. And there I got the bug of, collecting music and actually presenting it to the people, DJing. So from there, you start DJing at 21st birthday parties and whatever. Then I went to Tech, I went to Vets Tech. And that's where the whole industry was kind of like starting. So I was in the same class, Lebo, Clio, when DJ Fresh were just breaking up, go bedrooms with the whole YFM movement. What Glenn Lewis used to come to Vestec, so Vestec was buzzing.
Yeah.
So I was already interested in the game, so I was just observing these guys, going to the shows, going to YFM, go bedrooms, started buying vinyls and stuff like that. The whole job of a DJ where they send you money for books and stuff, and you just relocate it to other funds, So that's what I was doing.
So your parents did not know that you were not using money for textbooks?
They knew. Luckily, I got a piece job at Agro Vestec. I was like a student, called it a student operator, where you check people's usage of computers to make sure that they don't go astray on websites and stuff like that. And I used to get stipending every month. So I used that for
you still managed
my
to get
vinyls.
some textbooks?
Yes. I did some some unauthorized photocopying at times.
Yes.
We don't encourage it.
We've all done that at one point or the other.
Yeah, but that's how I nurtured this thing which called DJing.
So would you say it's something you grew up wanting to do? Ever a dream of yours?
It was just a passion. When I would listen to house music, I wanted people to hear the same thing I was hearing in music. I wanted to share the feeling.
Yes.
So when I would be at social gatherings, either a party, house parties used to be like the in thing, especially at Tech, where Kodi residencing there, used to go get invites, go play, And I liked the fact that people would react the way they reacted to what I thought was nice music. So, already a relationship is built there because we have one thing in common with the crowd. And but thinking of it professionally, no, it was an expensive hobby that I couldn't let go of.
And probably still the case for some of the kids who are growing up today who want to be DJs, right?
Yeah.
So, tell me, how is the satisfaction feeling of creating something from scratch and having people appreciate it back?
It's something else, bro. The first time we heard our stuff that we used to play to one another being played on TV.
Yes.
It was hard to, absorb.
You couldn't understand why people are loving it so much?
Not really. We were like, bruh, the stuff that we were making is being played on TV, and people are listening. Like, this is some incredible stuff. Joe, it was some mind-altering experience, and it took a while to get used to the fact that the music that you makes it to national platforms.
International platforms even. So, it's quite an interesting thing being appreciated, right? What does that do to your ego? I mean, even when we were walking here today, there were a couple of people, you know, when they saw you, they're giving you that look that, hey, I know this guy, I'm not going to approach him, but, you know, what does that do for your ego?
To be
recognized.
To be honest with you, to be honest with you, when we noticed that, okay, this thing is breaking, like we're breaking out and our music is being played and we were being demanded to be out there, I kind of like negotiated with my guys, or guys, can I please remain behind the scene?
In the back.
Because I don't know how I will handle this whole attention. I can't, how will I speak to the people? I can't speak, I can't, you know, articulate myself. But I saw myself out there because my partner said, dude, if you, I don't know how I'm gonna manage. If you don't come with me,
yes,
I'm not going. Then our team ended up saying, guys, just go together. But the main thing that we liked was the music.
Yeah.
Me, when you spoke about the music, you had me.
Yeah.
But when you spoke about, hey, like trying to uplift me or whatever, I never used to take that in. I think that helped me. I didn't take it in where I saw myself like
as a celebrity,
as someone, as a celebrity, as you can say. I didn't even like the name. So I used to hang with the same people. I used to, well, you get busy, but I used to like to be at the same places where I used to be before. Understand? Same. I think I didn't change that much. Well, the music changes you because you get busy. In fact, people change the way they behave towards you. That's what changes, and you have to adjust and to accept.
And would you say your response to them stays the same, whether you are famous or not?
Yeah, it was the same. Sometimes you'd be surprised. Someone are, hey, you are no longer calling me, blah blah blah. And
but I mean, you get busy, right?
Yes, and you can't explain, or hey Joe, I was busy. Why didn't you call me? You understand? If I say, understand. So people started making levels and differences and whatever. But those you kind of learn that it comes with what you do, you know, and you don't take it personal. And yeah, man. I didn't take much of it to my head, to be honest.
All right. So let's go with your meeting your partner. How did that come up? How did you guys and Zion meet?
We met, through a mutual friend, and music was not part of the meeting. So we met and we were friends around 2006, and I was a DJ by that time, so I used to take him along, Alex, and take him to Joe's Butcher, other places.
What was Zion doing at that time?
He was being taught how to be a DJ.
Okay.
So I would bring him along, and the other song he will put it in, to do this, do that. Then after a few months we were playing together. Like when you call me, he's coming. When
you met Zion, did you know he could sing?
I knew he could play. No. I never knew he could sing. I knew he could play piano, but we didn't use that until when someone asked for one of the songs I've made, and I said, man, Zion, I saw you playing there at church. Please do something here. Da, 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 da. He did that. The guy said, dude, we like this. Can you bring more? Then we brought one. The more became a CD.
Yeah. Oh wow. So that's how the first album came about.
It was just, guys, can you just give us at least 12? We did like maybe 30 or 40 songs. Gave them. They couldn't even choose. They had to
cut down.
Yeah, cut down. Then the CD came out, gave them, and but yeah, during that process, I was just working right here in town, Standard Bank, an IT gig, doing my stuff. He grew up in the industry. He understood what needed to be done technically on the music. I loved the music, but I needed to know the technical side, which he brought, and he's a born and bred artist. So yeah, it was a nice mixture, a DJ and an artist, coming together and doing something that they loved, and with no intention. Dude, when we're doing this, it was just other guys are asking for our music. Let's just do the music. Yeah. Then we continue with our life.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
While you're still working, 9-to-5 job.
Yeah. Just it was a hobby. Well, we got a gig that was happening every week.
Yeah.
Around 2008, 2009, every week, every Wednesday and Friday, somewhere in Rivonia Boulevard at Primi Piatti, if I should say.
Yeah.
So we were DJs there every Wednesday and Friday, and they paid us with a nice meal.
Nice meal.
Yes, every set.
So tell me, on one of your concerts overseas, which one stands out the most, and which country, was the best experience that you've had? I know Amsterdam is quite big on the house.
Yeah.
Can you explain that to us? Because a lot of people in South Africa, they think house music is like something that belongs to us. They don't really know about, right now Black Coffee is doing Europe each and every second or third day. How is the house scene that side, and which one was the best experience for you?
Well, my best experience, to be honest with you, was on a boat.
Okay.
Called, Rock the Boat. So it takes off from Durban and goes into the sea for 3 days, goes to Mozambique and comes back. So there, we were playing out in the ocean, and we had a set. It was an intimate setting, and after the set, we got a standing ovation, and our sets were unplanned.
Oh.
We never planned the sequence, so anything goes.
Oh wow.
All the time, and I used to be amazed at how Zion would recall all the songs at precision.
Oh wow.
So I had Rock the Boat, bruh. That's where, and something happened. I used to I still like DJ Fresh was one of the reason I got into this whole house music.
Yes.
And at Rock the Boat, he came and he shook my hand. Well, he's a human being, and
big dog.
And we're talking. We are, we shouldn't idolize people. But to me, it was very important. Like, hey, one of the guys that I used to look up to actually acknowledges what we are doing.
Yeah.
And he came and acknowledged. It was a big tick for me. It's like, yeah.
You're doing the right thing.
Yeah, we are getting there.
What are the biggest perks? One of the best things about being a performing artist who's traveling internationally that you've enjoyed over the years?
Well,
for the money, of course.
Traveling is not as nice as it looks, because when I'll tell someone that I was in Paris, I was actually in a room in Paris. It's not in Paris. So you just get there, you land, you get to the hotel, you go out, you walk, you eat, go back to the hotel, freshen up. At night, you go out and you go do your thing. And in the morning, you get back to the hotel, freshen up, sleep for a few hours, then we're on a train to London. Paris? I don't know.
You didn't really see Paris.
Yeah, but I was on the passport. I'll tell you, bro, I was at Paris.
But actually, it was for a few hours.
Yeah.
You were just passing through.
Yeah, and most of the time, people don't want you to sleep. So sometimes you're half awake, half asleep. You're just seeing things like it's nice, but you're really not paying attention.
All right. So the best thing about it really is traveling. That's the perks. Staying in a hotel, but you never really got to enjoy it.
Yeah, meeting people, meeting friends who. Maybe you'd see someone after like a couple of years and you see them in another country.
Yeah.
Like, hey, the networking, the people that you meet that you used to buy their records, that was one of the perks for me. I met most of the producers that I owned vinyls when I used to buy vinyls back then. So these guys were like, yo, you guys, we like what you do. So that was nice.
What is the worst thing about being a DJ or being a performing artist?
For me, the worst thing was that it's difficult for people to accept who you are. They don't want you to be your self. They want you to accommodate. You know, at other times I would feel like, okay, I just want to keep quiet.
I mean, you look like a reserved guy, so it's actually quite a contrast that you're a DJ, you're an entertainer, but at the same time.
Well, you never hear DJs speak. If you
That's
can.
actually true.
Yeah, they're just
there.
Yeah, the music speaks. We don't. Okay. DJs don't speak. So I would be quiet, and people will come. And, why are you so quiet? You are actually rude. Like
yeah.
But you know.
So because of what you do, there is a certain expectation of how you must
now you must smile and you do that. And we understand these people. They buy your music. They are your fans, and you know you can't just bring your problems to work. So I had to start taking the booth as an office, as they call it.
All right.
You know? So yeah, I had to start, you know, adjusting to accommodate people that, you know, there is a certain responsibility that comes with all this fame thing.
All right, so let's jump over now to, you know, I remember you told me a couple of stories when we had a chat before. What made you actually leave, you know, Liquid Deep, leave that and start afresh doing something else, or rather continue what you were doing before you got into DJing?
Well, it was a sequence of things.
Yep.
Music, the industry itself, it has its ups and downs. It has its positives and negatives, and other people can take everything. I was able to take everything, but it started chipping away, man, at my soul, let me say. You know. So the traveling, the itinerary of traveling, like it's crazy. You travel all the time.
So you're never home?
No.
And you've got a wife and kids?
2 kids. So
how did that work out?
Yes, part of the reason, part of the build-up, like it was a balloon, like of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, till it exploded. I was like, I can't take it. So the traveling affected my relationship at home. You know, because when we are done traveling, it's not like you come, you sit, you just chill. We have to do interviews, radio interviews, paper, go to charities, go to this. So you are actually very busy, you know. But when we take time off, we'll take a month. Like, okay, this month, nothing.
Dedicated to your
normally January we do nothing, take vacations. But when you come back, itinerary is waiting. Like you have till December, bruh, you have to work. So that affected me, and yeah, man, I started having, you know, difficulties at the house. My personality as a workaholic, perfectionist, workaholic, you know, slave driving person. Even though people,
were you slave driving people in the house, or what was happening?
No, in the music.
All right.
So I used to be guys who don't have kids and whatever. Yeah. When we come from the airport, I would be like, okay, gents, we have another gig. Let's go practice. I was too much on the whole thing. When I said I was too much, I think, and that started affecting not only at the house, but even the team. I used to be maybe not easily satisfied, you know, with what we were achieving and stuff like that, and that, you know, started working on my mind also. So it was just gradually me seeing music taking my family away, you know, time and stuff, and started not being happy, you know, and but I never thought, okay, I'm gonna leave. We just, you know, you work out differences.
Yeah.
Or okay, let's make it work, James. This
Find
is how.
a better way of doing
Yeah,
things.
you know. Then, but when I left formal work in 2010, 1 year after Fairy Tale Blue, a guy gave me 2 DVDs, DVD 18 and 19 of Mark Woodman,
Yes.
God's Final Call. Took them, you know what happens,
Yeah.
drawer.
Well, that's the great thing. You put them in the drawer at least.
Yeah, I
right?
put them there. They had dragons and stuff. I'm like, now this guy put it there. But I loved conspiracy theories.
Yes.
Used to like feed on them, like check, hey, this guy is in this. Hey, check this one, this artist is worshiping this one has sold their soul, they're saying it on YouTube. You know, I used to read all that stuff. And I remember one time Zion tweeted something about the Illuminati, and an account came, sent him, he was not following them, we don't know how it happened, he got a DM, like, dude, stop talking about this.
Wow.
Then he stopped, Linda, I stopped.
So who was this?
We don't know. I'm just talking about it. It happened. We didn't talk about it. We continued. So I was like, hey, these guys are everywhere. So,
Oh wow.
yeah. So when I saw Mark Woodman, the reason I was not interested is that there was no like aeroplanes and conspiracy. He was just wearing a suit with a Bible. No, like, there was nothing. So I was like, this guy, what is he talking about?
Yeah.
You know, he's just talking, this is church stuff. I don't want this.
Yes.
I left it. 2013, this is in the middle of everything happening.
Yes.
Ne? I visit with my wife somewhere, family gathering, and I see Mark Woodman DVDs. I'm like,
Second
I've
time
seen
now.
this name before. I don't remember. This guy said, no, you can have them. He picked them up. You can have them. Like, okay, thanks.
Is this a guy you knew?
My wife's uncle.
All right.
Yeah. He's my age, but they call him uncle, but he's the uncle. You know,
Yeah.
our
I know how it
families.
is. Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So when I got home, started watching this time. DVD 1, 2. Now I'm not sleeping. 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Then when I got to where he was speaking about the Sabbath, because I've been telling my wife, she's been trying, she grew up in the Adventist church, she's been trying to bring me to church.
Yes.
I was telling her, I am not coming to this church
Yes.
of yours. She even took me to Pastor Errol Nemhard. Errol tried. I was debating Errol. Then we stopped.
What was your biggest difficulty with that? With the whole Sabbath issue?
Staying at church the whole Saturday.
Yeah.
Too long.
I mean, I remember my first Sabbath. It was very long. And,
Yes.
I felt like, why are we here the whole day, right?
I couldn't. It's too long.
Let's talk about faith and the music industry.
Yes.
So you're saying you didn't want to hear anything about church at that particular time before you watched the second time. What was it about the music industry? Is it industry driven, or is it
What?
just something you felt yourself, or is it just no faith really in the music industry? Is it not a space where you can
No,
be a believer and still do music?
No, you can. A lot of artists go to Rema
Yeah.
church. Me, I'm an extremist.
Yes.
Understand? Black or white,
Yeah.
no gray. So I wanted nothing to do with hymns, nothing to do with the gaither. But I used to buy my wife. I used to go to Come Books, listen, I'm like, she's gonna like this one.
Yes.
Play it. Then she'll play it the whole Sunday and I'll be irritated, but
But I mean,
trying.
you want to bought it, right?
Yes, like listening to this guy singing, like, what's wrong with this man? And yeah, man. What I want to say is that when I was watching Mark Woodman, we were actually going to a church which DJ Christos was actually part of. It was
Oh, wow.
at Shagoma in Midrand, where DJ Christos's Shagoma is. Excuse me. At Shagoma, I used to DJ in the Saturday evening. Then in the morning, we go just behind where we DJ. There was a small chapel, so
Oh,
we'll
wow.
go there.
So was this a club or?
No, it was a chapel. There was a place, like an eatery place, where you DJ and whatever,
and
people come.
Right next
when
to
you
the
walk, it's a chapel.
Oh wow.
And in the morning, like guys would come, like tired from gigs.
Yes.
But the pastor is telling us the stuff.
Wow.
With our women, the kids.
Yes.
So my wife was very happy that for once we were going to same place as a family.
Oh wow.
So when that was happening, I got the Mark Woodman thing, and my wife tells me that there was a prayer band with women of other artists in the industry where they used to pray, not for us to leave, just for God to be with us.
Yeah,
you know?
because I mean, there's so much that goes on while you're traveling, right?
Yes. A lot happens.
Tell me about, or rather tell the viewers really, about, you told us about a story where you were involved in an accident and there really was just an act of God. Can you just...
Oh yeah, we were leaving after the Paris, London, I don't remember. I think we were coming from Portugal, I think. Yeah, we're coming from Portugal and we were taking off at Heathrow and the plane was going, this is the takeoff, went just about the point of no return. One of the engines blew.
Wow.
It's big fire and it landed, came back, and at that time everyone is silent. They took us out, we slept at the hotel. The next morning, and you have to wait for the evening for this flight.
Yes.
The flight that we were supposed to take, as it was about to leave, they said there was something wrong. Excuse me, I flew. Now everyone got depressed. Like, we want to go home and this thing want to kill us. What's happening? We waited, they sorted it out. Finally, we took off.
But it was tough to relax until you touch down South Africa and put your phone on and the messages are coming in like, I'm home.
You know?
Wow.
So when it happened, I mean, you count your blessings and you see that when one looks back, that God is, you know, he's working, he's protecting his people wherever they are.
Yeah.
Whatever route they might be at, like the prodigal son or whoever, God is always there.
Yeah.
The grace of God actually abounds where there is more need.
Yes.
You know? So one saw the hand of God at many places.
There's also another one we spoke of. I think you were in a car.
Yes.
And I think it was a very busy night. I think it was a late gig. It was in the morning, and there was a car situation that happened. You almost rolled over, but you didn't.
No. There, what I was saying is that we actually saw. You know, when you travel in the morning, you see a lot of accidents.
Yeah.
Ne? So I used to see these people in accidents and they are covered with that silver thing. And the Holy Spirit, I don't know who it was. Something in my mind used to tell me that, yeah, you know, when you get married, the old people say,
yeah,
it's like you are next.
Yeah.
That thing used to point at me like, you are next.
Wow.
You're gonna be. So I started being just mildly paranoid.
Well, you did say you were extremist, so I'm not sure how mild works in this case.
So yeah, bro, I started being, and I was telling my wife, she started having dreams that, hey, I dreamt your plane was falling. My kid will have this dream. I'm like, yeah, now I'm dying here. So, bro, it started getting more and more heavier, you know? So, bro, it was tough. Around 2013, it was getting tough.
And that's where really the God aspect started pushing you more and more.
It was coming in, and even me, I was starting to be rebellious, starting to act, you know, like a moron.
Yeah.
You know, just acting crazy. And I think it was the pressure, the workload, the stress, everything was just, you know, concentrating itself in my psyche.
Now tell me, with regards to the Mark Goodman DVDs.
Yes.
After you watched them, what happened then?
After I watched them, bruh, I stopped where he was talking about the Sabbath.
Yeah.
I was like,
You were convinced about everything else.
no, most of the stuff I knew.
Yeah.
I knew because he was talking about things that I did. You know, I did meditation, contemplative prayers. Now I used to download stuff and do those stuff.
Yes.
Check self-help books, and I'll look for the best one. I used to read the monk who sold his Ferrari, you know, all that stuff.
Yes.
Robin Sharma, Anthony Robbins, Stephen Covey, all that, trying to find your higher power things. And I used to read about yogis and bodhisattvas and stuff like Hindu, just a mishmash of stuff.
Yes.
So I wanted the knowledge.
You were spiritual.
Yeah.
That's what people call it. Right?
Yeah, I wanted to understand this whole being. Why are we here? I always wanted to ask. And even when we would travel, I remember in 2011 there was this Occupy movement around the world, which a lot of people didn't pick up because the mainstream media didn't show it.
Yeah.
But when I was there in the States, I saw these campers who were there when we were in Miami, and I knew, I was like, you guys are the Occupy guys. They were like, yeah. Then I went, got some pizza, sat with them, and we were eating there. And I remember one of the guys from, I think it was DJ Spay or wherever, he was recording, and he saw me sitting there on the ground. It's like, Rayzor, what's happening now? It's like, dude, I couldn't explain.
You're occupying.
I'm with the what do I say? I just laughed. He passed. Then, so those were the moments where I would meet people with like-minded, who like freedom of thought type thing. So those were the searches that Magundben was speaking about in his messages. But when it got to the Sabbath, which I used to refuse because I used to go to Watchtower, and for 2 years though.
Watchtower is Jehovah's Witnesses?
Jehovah's Witnesses, yes. And when you come with the Sabbath, they bring Colossians 2:16. Sabbath, don't judge us on the Sabbath or the meat or whatever. So, hey, my wife never had a comeback, and that was my, she stopped when I pulled that last weapon. So when he explained and I could see that, hey, this thing is real, then I started reevaluating my life from there.
So it really was at the Sabbath, at that issue of the Sabbath, that everything really changed.
Broke down. I think if it was not the Sabbath, I would still be in music.
Because I mean, music really happens on the weekend, right? You look at Friday night and Saturday night. And I mean, if you can't perform at those dates,
you can do Sunday day, they don't pay.
Or Thursdays.
It's free, people don't pay Chisanyama.
Yeah. So that was really the turning point.
Prime, it affects the cash.
All right. So tell me now, with regards to the Sabbath issue being that, what changed with your experience or your knowledge, or rather your perception about the Sabbath before and after you watched the presentations you were talking about, the DVDs?
I
what
saw.
What did you perceive it as, and what is it actually?
I never looked at the. I was taught that the law was done away with. Yes. And we're living in grace and shouldn't judge one another. So when he brought the law, and I saw, and I was like, this makes sense. This is from the Bible. Actually, I can't kill someone and say the law is done away with.
Yes.
And I don't go to jail. I can't steal. Can't commit adultery. I mean, all these things you go to court for. So I was like, okay, this is serious stuff. Now, the first four, which have to do with God, the Sabbath is part of the four. Then, I accepted it. It's a matter of faith, I think, also. It's not just intellectual, because you can hammer away. You can stand at some church Sunday and quote, the Sabbath is in the Bible. They'll bash you. Hey, what are you doing here? So it's the Holy Spirit has to be part of the whole thing.
Let's talk about the fact that, all right, fine, you accepted the Sabbath, and then you started attending the Santon SDA Church. And, I've seen and I've found that quite a lot of youth, even though they keep the Sabbath, and perhaps maybe they don't drink or whatever, but you get a sense that there's quite a lot of people still, have a nightlife. They're attending clubs and things like that. I mean, how does that work? Does that the whole faith thing and the nightlife? I mean, how does it work? Can a Christian, a Seventh-day Christian specifically, stay sober and in their right mind and serve God and keep the Sabbath and still have a nightlife sort of a thing? Those two lives, can they coexist?
Well, my personal opinion, on my side, I tried to reconcile them. I could not personally.
Why is that?
Well, let me make an example. I remember seeing a tweet where someone said that they were at a club in Cape Town, and in the middle of the set, one of the DJs, one of the famous DJs, it's a radio DJ as well, he broke out in prayer.
Wow.
2 o'clock before his set.
Wow.
And this guy was tweeting, like, I got so angry that this guy, we are away from church and he's coming here, he's praying. Then he plays his set. Understand? So we have to be honest that, at the club, it's a different lifestyle. It's a nightlife. People are there to have fun, and it's not church.
Yeah.
Ne? And people can wear how they want to wear.
Yeah.
People can say what they want to say.
Yeah.
DJs can play what they want to play.
Yeah.
If Banya got Lala Drake, you can't tell them that, bruh, you can't play Drake here.
Yeah.
Why would you say that?
Yeah.
Understand? So you can play Drake, Nicki Minaj, whoever, all these people. So when I started accepting Christ, the lyrics started. When you read Christ and you listen to Drake, amen.
Different worlds.
It's too. Understand? So I can't listen to Lil Wayne reading John.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, I can't read the Bible and have hip hop playing in the background, or even house. Sometimes we justify the things that we do and say, listen, it's got a bit of God in it. I remember one of the compilations, I think it was from Soul Candy. There was a track which spoke about God.
Yes.
And I can't really say now I can read my Bible and have this playing in the background.
I hear you. But at the same time, everyone is on a journey, I found this when I was out there. And I knew when we started the whole thing, I don't know, it was a prophecy or what. I told one of our manager that, dude, I don't know if I'm gonna last long. I don't think if I'm gonna do 4 years here, but let's go, let's see. When I decided that, okay, we are going, I'm going in like 100%. I didn't wanna just play around, but I knew spiritually what was gonna happen. So the Holy Spirit I was not going to church.
Yeah.
Well, I was.
Kind of.
Yeah, I was starting to go back spiritually. Then when Liquid Deep came, I couldn't, the pace, I couldn't. But the Holy Spirit told me, where you're going, this is what's gonna happen. I was like, okay, I hear you, but I'm going.
Right.
I went, I was rebellious. So it's the same thing that people have to have a personal experience with Christ. So trying to force the youth at times, hey, you can't do this. I'm not saying people should go to clubs. It's not a good place to go, understand? But also, those who are there, there are people who are still searching.
Yeah.
Others are hiding. Others don't go to clubs. Others, they do other things with other people's people.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Old people, young people, everyone. So we can't just isolate or, okay, this type of a challenge or lifestyle which is not in harmony with the gospel is the only one, understand?
Yeah.
But the youth obviously struggles with the entertainment industry as a whole, understand? Be it, someone can go to clubs every weekend. You can be at the home watching movies.
Yeah.
Where your mind is...
All of that is influence.
Yeah, where your mind is like jammed with stuff which you shouldn't put in your brain. But others will be judging there on Twitter or Facebook. Did you see whoever at the club? But while you have a steak, you are binging there on your series or whatever. When I said, I don't see a difference.
I mean, it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
I mean, all of it is just going into your mind, and it's influence at the end of the day. It
medicates your mind.
Kind of lifestyle.
And think a certain way. Yes.
Yeah.
So let's have a balance while we try to tell our brothers and sisters, those who might be carried away with the entertainment industry. So let's look at it holistically. Movies, music, sports, all this stuff, they have an effect.
One last thing, let's touch on how you were received when you moved away from the entertainment industry. You are now this guy who goes to church every Saturday, the whole day.
Yes.
How was the reception from church members, some of the youths that you probably have interacted with on a personal level in clubs and things like that?
Well, I got asked a couple of times, like, okay, others who were not even youth bluntly told me that if they were me, they wouldn't have left.
Hold on. These are the people who are in the church,
yes,
and who believe the same gospel that you just got convinced of,
yes,
and convicted of in the church,
yes,
and they're telling you that, hey, actually maybe you should leave and go back, or maybe you shouldn't have done this. It's a wrong move.
I mean, even now I get asked, dude, when are you guys releasing from church? So I have to find a way of answering. I don't. Sometimes I just avoid it if I'm not maybe in the space to speak long stuff. Just Joe,
I mean, personally, I remember asking you one time, hey, this music thing, what's happening?
Yeah, I remember.
Are you guys still... and
then I don't remember what I said.
It was not encouraging, the answer you gave. I was like, okay, I think maybe he does not want to talk about this.
I remember at the car parking space with me over there.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't remember what I said. Yeah, I get asked, and yeah.
I mean, it's a 180 turn, right? And for you to have to explain to someone who is in the church is kind of difficult because you sort of expect them to say, hey,
it's surprising.
It is surprising. It's really surprising.
I get shocked.
I think everyone is impressed and likes the kind of life that celebrities live. And if it were up to them, they probably would choose that over choosing God, right? That's basically what it says. Which means we should really evaluate our priorities and what we value.
Yes.
All right.
So yeah, man. It's what I found. In closing, in the Gospels, is that peace is free.
Yeah.
It's actually free. You see, the happiness that people are chasing, not sleeping. Either you're chasing girls, or you're chasing cars, or you're chasing money, or you like clothes, or you like short people or tall people, whatever. You can't, I know it's been said before, but you can't find, your spirit will not be at peace if you don't just give Christ a chance.
Yeah.
But he waits until the car is empty, like you can't go anymore. Comes like, do you want...
I've been here all along,
yeah,
right?
Do you want to get rid of the car? You want to walk? Understand?
Oh, that's deep.
Yeah.
That's really deep. So Christ waits for you to deplete yourself of yourself. And then he takes over.
Yeah, he comes and says, dude, let's... And you start seeing the value of the Gospels. And that experience, you can't force it on someone. You can't sell it. You can't... Everyone has to get an opportunity to say yes.
All right.
Or to say not now.
So 2017, what is Thabo doing with his life?
Me, I'm in a 9-to-5 consulting, IT, working for some government agency, and at the side having a tech startup, IT, doing mobile apps and all that fun stuff. And sorry, and yeah, the mobile IT stuff is doing well, getting recognized here and there, taking trips and stuff. And yeah, man, spending a lot of time with my kids and my wife.
Yes.
Seeing people, meeting young guys like you who believe in Christ, and talking and debating. Other Sunday going people at work. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a way to have fun, man. There's a way to enjoy life.
Yeah.
And I still have struggles, man, with now and again with music. I went in music because I loved music.
Yeah.
So when I left the industry, but now and again I struggle with music, yeah.
With producing or just listening?
No, not producing, listening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if you're on radio, then you can just hear stuff playing all the time.
I don't listen to radio
At all.
Maybe for past going for 2 years now, I don't listen.
What is playing in your car right now?
Now, ish, I can't tell. You see, I told you I'm struggling with some stuff.
All right, no, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, man.
We'll probably have a follow-up again.
All right, guy.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.